Yeah, I guess I am back on duty. I've got another email that just came in, and it's titled The Moral Dilemma When Girls Buy You Expensive Items. Hi, I've watched a few of your videos discussing how you pimped women and even got one to buy you a car. It's actually been more than one car. And I think you're referring to pimp women like as in getting items and clothes and cash, and that I did do. He writes, and I'm a young guy, and I wanted to be that guy who has girls buying him shit. So this girl bought me some 150-pound trainers, but fuck, I feel bad the more I think about it. You seem like a straight up guy, but I wonder if you had any of the same ethical issues when using women like this for money and material items. Okay, F man, I'm actually from a middle class family. And during this time period, I owned my own business, which I still own, and I didn't need the money. For me, it was a game. Okay, a lot of guys come from that lower class, lower level environment, and for them, it's a way of life. For me, it wasn't a way of life. I didn't need the items. Although the first car I got, I actually did need. So at that point, it was for that one. Um, it was important. Let me say that because I wanted to be able to get around. My car, what happened to my car? It broke down. Something happened to one of my cars. It broke down. I had a car and a truck, and my little brother had borrowed my truck and didn't tell me that it got towed away at that time. I was in my 30s, and I went to get my truck and found out he let my truck get towed. Anyway, so it was important to me. So it was a matter of life, or not really life or death, but you know how it is when you need a ride and you got to solve the problem real fast. The stuff after that didn't really need it. It was just a matter of women showing their love for me, or me asking for something. Like I got a check for $5,000 from one female because I wanted to start a printing business, which I never actually did, but I did print something out though. I can't recall what it was, such a long time ago. I wrote a book on, I think it was in the aerobic industry, yeah, how to create aerobic routines or something like that. But I wanted to print out the copies and stuff like that. So anyway, the other stuff like the trips and stuff like that, that was women wanted to be with me and show their love for me and wanted me to come, down, fly me down there, put me up in a hotel. Like one female flew me down to Los Angeles, put me up in a hotel on the airport like a bitch. I know someone's gonna respond with that shit. Came over, left her husband, do the daytime, and came over. We fucked like rabbits, and I flew out. I also got flown to Vegas by a dancer chick that I had met. Same chick that was in LA too. Um, Also, I went to San Diego. I met a girl in San Diego. Let's see, I've had the clothes. It's no big deal though. But I did feel bad a couple times. Okay, and it was when I didn't ask for stuff. It's when I didn't really need, something I didn't really want. They were showing their love by giving gifts, and that in those situations, I did feel kind of bad. Trying to think of one particular situation. God, it's been such a long time. I'm now 52, and I've been out the game for about 6 years. I was going 6 years now. So anyway, as I said, I'm from a lower middle class environment. I'm not from a ghetto area or an urban area. I'm really from kind of like Sacramento, although I was born in Seattle. I lived on the Indian Reservation, Cottonwood, Idaho. Lived in North Dakota, South Dakota, Japan twice. Uh, but I spent my growing up years here in Sacramento from 1971 until this is now 2011. So that's quite a while. And Sacramento doesn't really, it has its little ghetto area, but I'm not from that area. Okay. So I can understand, ghetto people, who are lower down, hustlers, street hustlers, they have a different mentality than I do. That's why I couldn't make it in the pimp game. I didn't need it. It wasn't a life or death thing for me. Okay, I guess the pimps would call me like a popcorn pimp, and I'll accept that label right there. I don't care because I didn't really need the money. As I said, I had my own business. I was making about $7,000 a month, close to that time period. Let's see, $7,000. The year before, a year and a half before, I was making about $7,000 a month, and I started weeding my business down. So I could see the people that do need it; they would feel not guilty because it's a matter of life or death, and I could understand where you're coming from. What you got to do is just relax and accept it as a gift. She's showing her love for you, okay? And you don't ever want to reject love in this universe. When love comes to you from the universe, be open to it. I learned that actually from my metaphysical guru. His name is Stuart Wilde. He lives in Taos, New Mexico, and that's where I went as part of my vacation. Okay, you got to be open to what the universe is bringing to you, and not reject it. Because when you start rejecting things, then the universe thinks you don't want shit. Okay, that's the message you're sending out to the world, that you don't want shit. So what happens? You don't get shit. That's why a lot of guys in the game suffer because they focus on this smoking hot chick, and then over here there's this nice looking girl, and they reject the universe. Send them a nice looking girl because they're desperate. They want a girlfriend. They want to get this chick. And they got this eye. When they walk into the club, they only see the smoking hot chicks over there in the corner talking to each other, dancing with the hot guys. They don't see this nice looking girl on the corner over there that's been glancing at them every now and then because they're so focused on that one. So they're rejecting what the universe is sending to them. And that's a mistake that a lot of guys make out there. That's why I keep saying, get in where you can fit in. And I try to teach fellas when they walk into a club to have their minds open. Be a blank slate. Don't be focused on the hottest chicks in the room. Get into the flow and see what the universe has for you. So your girl is giving you respect and honoring her love for you by investing in you. Women like to invest in their men also. So if you like to look at it like that, then if that works for you, try it that way. Okay? So I hope that works for you, fella. Peace, fella.